Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Pitifully Try to Accomplish a Thing Once in Our Life. We're back here with 30 animated seconds of Star Wars The Force Awakens, and I've come up with this idea for the tracing. Um, I figured the best way to do it would be to just create a line here that looks kind of like a tracing deal on another switch layer down here, which I've called tracing. It's set to appear. Um, I didn't set it yet to appear, but what I'll do is I'll make it appear at the same time as the arm settles in on its spot with the pencil. So about there, it's going to appear. And I figured the best thing to do is we'll just give that tracing line an equal number of points as there are changes here, and just as it moves, we'll elongate the the line, stretching out the points to match what's been done on each one of these points. So it does a start and an end, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points in between. So if we just go back here, and we'll go back onto the tracing appearing. So it's got a start and an end, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points in between. And we'll just scrunch all these. And again, I know that there's probably a better way to do this. Read my channel description. I'm not an animator. This is not my thing. This is not my forte. I am not trained in this. I am just a guy trying to do a thing, make a joke, and accomplish a single joke accomplishment at some point in my life for the internet. And that's it. And so this is how we problem solve this. And it just, frankly, just adds to the charm as far as I'm concerned. So the pencil comes in at 42. So in our layer, we will make this we need to make it default no tracing, and then at frame 42 the tracing appears. You can't see it because it's behind the arm, but then as the arm moves, yeah, there it is. Okay, so now we gotta switch back up. 42, so 48 is the next point. So at 48 we will bring the tracing appears. We can take the paper layer off from being visible, and we will let's actually go right back to the beginning. Tracing appears, and let's bring everything kind of down here, and our layer is going to kind of start like this, kind of half shape into the shape already here. As far as I know, you can't add points partway through the animation. So you've got to have as many points as you're going to end up with beforehand, but you can move the points to new spots, obviously. So at 42, this is where they need to be. Then at 48, we will have the tracing is there. I guess just as stuff appears, it should become visible, right? So here we're going to want to bring this down. So that by that point, when everything is exposed, it's going to look somewhat. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's almost going to be better the sloppier it looks. Funnier the sloppier it looks, I would think, right? So now we don't want to touch this endpoint anymore. I should have already not even touched it there. There we go. So then by here, we're going to want, I don't know how this is going to turn out, to be honest with you. We're going to want this down here. We're going to want this over here. You're going to be a hard point there. And then all the rest down with you. We'll just see how bad this ends up looking. I don't really want these points to be visibly moving anymore. That could be a problem. So if we go back here, throw the arm back on. So we'd like to have everything stationary. By the time it's exposed, that's tricky. Tricky. It's got to be following it, so it should be, so in this span here, it should be moving, and by here, this stuff should be stationary. So we want these things to happen quickly in behind the arm. This is going to be trickier than I thought, and I already thought it was going to pose its own bag of tricks. But maybe this will give us a chance to banter. And then again, maybe not. I was talking a little bit in my last video about the reasoning for my delays, and how I thought that getting off schedule was to blame, and I think that that's true. There's a lot of truth in that, and I'm hoping it's that simple. But I also mentioned that there was, personal life was getting crazy, but that's always crazy, so that's really not a viable reason with work and everything. So hopefully that's not something I try to fall back on too much, because work is always going to be there, family's always going to be there. Not much I can do about that. So even in this frame, everything can come over to here because it's all blocked. So you can come way over here. Now we're running out of points because I didn't move enough as we went. It's okay because the tracing doesn't even appear until here. Bloop. So you can kind of see that frame there. We're going to 144 here. It's a long ways to go. So by here, I can be all the way down to here. And then as the arm exposes it, it'll look like I came down on it. Yeah, so here I can come all the way down to the bottom of the T here. So that's good. Assuming I've got the dots to do it, and I don't know if I've got the points to do it. There. Nope, I don't, and you can't add points. Yeah, so how do we keep this stationary here? I've brought too many points. By here, I've got to have more points down. I need all these in here, with only the one here and the one here. We'll just try to make sure that it looks half decent at every time that it's visible, and hopefully that'll work. Right there is no good. This needs to all happen sooner. Even sooner than that. Yeah, looks alright. that's moving it. You can't see it. So that by this point, well, really you don't want any of these points moving here. You want to have all these, like this one will be here. Right? But yeah, the creative juices are always flowing. It's just a matter of what actually gets put out. That's the problem. And translation from creative brain to finished product is always the hard part. And that's where I find a lot of, again, I had to find myself getting into these conversations that I know that I don't have any place being in. Like, it's not my job to talk about other YouTubers, and because I know nothing about what they do and their work. It just seems like it's a lot more natural. Like, I found recording video gaming, the Into the Breach stuff and Celeste stuff I was doing, very easy. It was very easy to find the time. It was very easy to chat about what was going on. It was very easy to stick to that schedule and put out decent quality content on a regular basis. This is much harder because I'm going through a creative process. I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I'm doing a creative process. The creative brain is working right now, and I'm just, no, I don't mean it like that. I just mean like there's a lot of this didn't exist before, at least not that I knew of, right? This is my joke. It didn't exist in any other form prior to me starting this recording, and there's work in that, and there's hiccups, and there's effort, and trying to stream it or to record it as we go is pretty difficult. And by pretty difficult, I mean extremely difficult, especially when it's not your formal training, right? And why is that point is very strange. Where's that point coming from? Right there, this guy. You need to be here. There you go. No, you need to be here. You have a home here. There you go. By 144, where are we here? By 144, nothing else is exposed. There's no need to even keep going, except you're going to want a final product. So if we take away the arm, and if we take away, reshow the paper, and I do this, it doesn't even really show up. To be honest with you, we did all this, and I'm looking at it, and it doesn't really show. Crackers. So good. I'm going to indulge in a stretch here while I do this in order to hide the fact that I have nothing to comment on or make some sharpened social analysis on. How about that government, eh? What are they up to? Politician X really stuck his foot in his mouth on that one. His or her mouth. His or her foot into his or her mouth. Or someone else's mouth. On that one. No, I don't have any of that. I honestly, I don't know what's going. I like to kind of detox, self detox from current events every once in a while, and I'm kind of in that phase right now. Oh yeah, that's terrible coffee. It's ice cold. And like during the American election and in the immediate quote unquote aftermath thereof, I was interested in all the American politics. I consider it almost like and forgive me, as I don't mean disrespect to anybody's country, but I consider it like a entertainment, right? I watch it. I mean, granted, I know that there are very real implications and outcomes from American politics. But yeah, I mean, for by and large, I look at it as a hilarious piece of media that I consume voluntarily. And so when I find that I've overindulged on, just like anything with food or anything, if I find that I'm overindulging on something, a piece of media, I take steps to take a step back from that stuff. And that's what I'm doing right now with American politics. I'm just kind of slowing down, just don't have to be up on everything. And it's really started with I kind of dipped back in when the whole Stormy Daniels thing was coming out, and then now I'm out again. I just had to tap out. I'm just taking a minute here and taking a breather, giving myself some space. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the world of Canadian politics even. I'm out for the moment. I know there's provincial election coming up in my particular small town, Canada place. And I'm gonna have to tune back in locally for that. So that's something that's gonna have to happen. But until then, I should really come back this way, I guess, and finish the line, right? So come back to here, and then come back to here, and then be done with it. So as much as I want to make some witty remark, really I've got nothing to say, and so if I don't know anything, I might as well just keep my mouth shut, right? That's probably the best way to go about it. I have a day job, another day job. Again, work is not easy to come by for someone like me where I am, but I'm committed to trying to make it work, and it's proven to be a pain in the old behind. But this other job that I do, once the weather starts to turn, an outdoor job, and then the guy I work with there, he likes to chat about American politics a lot, and local politics as well. And so I'll probably be, I'll have to dive back in, throw on the old swim trunks, dive back in once that job starts back up, so that I'll be in the know a little bit and be able to participate in the old banter. In the workplace. Once summer gets here finally, which they say it will. We have yet to see it, but it is coming. The weather is coming. Oh yeah, geez, by here I can be all the way up, and I'm gonna be out of friggin' points. You gosh darn fool. There's not much I can do about it either. That's it for points. So his arm at this point is where? So we can go to 126. This is as far as this can go. At 126, you can be back to here. There. Yeah, so then we'll have to cut away. And all this for just that tiny little bit of... I just rolled away from the mic. I realized that. All this for that tiny little bit of a joke. I don't know if it was really worth it. But we got a video out of it anyway. And as I'm looking here, it definitely does exist. It's visible on the screen, though not very much. The sound will end up making it. I think we'll come back to a different... oh boy, where are we here? tbroman, 30 animated seconds of... Let's come back to either... Maybe the Mickey. We'll come back to the Mickey in the next episode. And we'll start to put together this whole bit here. Did we not have him clapping? I thought we had left with him clapping. Oh no, this is horrible. There's a clap there. Are there no, oh no. I thought we had him clapping. Something's gone horribly wrong here, folks. There's the clap hands. Clap impact. Hands, but none of that. I think we toyed around with it. We've got it all drawn, but we don't have the, we don't have any changes being made. What are the different... Wow. We had all kinds of different positional changes for him here. So that's good, at least. His shoulders, his mouth. We've got his mouth. He's going to laugh sinisterly, and then he's going to start to clap. Yeah. It's a little bit surprising, to be honest with you. I thought we had this basically done. So maybe we'll come back. I'll have a clap sound, and we'll put some sound to this scene here, and then we'll move on again. Got another video this session. Another 20-minute window here to work on. So we'll come back. We'll record some audio, and we'll make some progress on this scene. So until then, thanks very much. See you soon.